that the big girl specifically said that she wants a man to take care of her. She would love to be with a man that would take all these problems off of her shoulders. While at the same time, she would come back on a different panel and say something completely different that is completely at odds with what she said to begin with. So to wrap this all around, there is no man that will love a situation like that. None on this planet would love a situation where to encounter a woman that only wants things to go in her way, and she gives almost literally nothing in return. She doesn't give anything in return. All she's willing to do is take from men, and she doesn't want to submit. If she doesn't even want to reason with the man. She doesn't even. Neither one of them even want to deal with men like that. One of the ladies said she wanted to Amira's point. One of the ladies said that she wants to be married so she can have children, but she doesn't want to be with the man after she has the children because I can't stand to look at a man like that. What man wants that? I don't know a man on this planet that will want a woman that only wants to use him for the baby, but he has to marry her because she also says she wants to be taken care of. She also says she would love for the load to be taken off her shoulder. So a man will walk into a situation where he has to take care of a woman, make children with her, and then she's already having second thoughts of whether she even wants to be with him or not. I don't know a man on this planet that wants that.
Facts.
Very few. That's why I said
So just like the last time.
That's facts, man. And this goes back to what I just said recently. It's like many women want a good man, but they want the good man on their terms. It's like, let's say she has kids already from other men. She's like, I want a good man. I want him to accept my kids. I want him to accept the fact that I'm not in shape. I want him to accept the fact that I have an attitude. I want him to accept the fact that I'm going to be going out with my single girls. I want him to accept the fact that I'm going to talk back. I want him to accept me the way I am. It's like, no, the good man, the high quality man you want also has things he wants from his woman. Do you have those things? If the answer is no, you don't qualify. It's just that simple. All right. Someone says my stream was frozen. Comment down below if I'm still freezing or if everything is looking good.
I did not. I asked to say it this today, and I said it last time. I don't agree with those women. I don't think that they in my life they're not the majority.
And the thing is that. And Shane, I don't think you necessarily agree with it, but I was just more speaking in general about the conversation. But we can't sit here and pretend like there's a reason why only 30% of us are married in the Black community. If we're gonna speak specifically about the Black community, there's a reason for that. And I know we keep saying that this is all just the internet and this is all just these people online, but these people them women had an audience that they were talking in front of, and you heard the cheers. You heard the women clapping their hands saying, yes, sis, you go, sis. When they were talking about prioritizing the whole phase, there were women in that audience that cheered. When they were talking about decentering men, there were women in that audience that cheered. When you go on the Shade Room, they have over 25 to 30 million people who follow them right now. That is a massive portion of a population. When you go on all these comments and you go on TikTok and you see all these toxic ass women that talk about how they treat men and what they want to get from men, but they don't care about what they do for men. You see the likes. You see they getting hundreds of thousands of likes. So them are all real people that see value in what that person said. And if you take that, and then you look at the marriage rates in our community, you can sit here and be like, damn, I can see why we ain't getting married. If that's your mindset, I can see why nobody would choose you.
So
yeah, he's basically saying that when we have a group of women who say they don't want marriage or they don't want to submit or the man should do A, B, C, D for them, he's saying that other women don't check it. He's saying actually there's way more women who agree with those types of women rather than the alternative. So he's saying the reason the marriage rates are declining in the Black community is because when the no good women say something, other women join them. And when men see that, it's like, why am I supposed to marry a woman who's going to do nothing for me? She wants me to provide, to protect, do all these things, but what is she doing for me? I kid you not, guys. I need you to find me at least 5 examples. Find me 5 examples where a woman is saying she's going to do something for the man she wants, for the good man she wants. And I'll find you 1,000 examples where the women are saying what the good man should do for them. In other words, there is more women who want a man to do something for them, but they never say what they're going to do for the man.
Oh, I personally think it's a lot more than that. People don't go to church anymore. They don't believe in they say, oh, I believe in God. It's like a thing they say, right? But they don't follow, right? That's one. We took religion out. 2, we're over sexualized. It's all about what I can get at the other person. Nobody's moving with intent anymore. It's all about what can you do for me in this moment right here.
Yeah.
That's our problem. If women just close their legs, people date with intent and not what they can get from the other person, then we'll have higher marriage rates. But like somebody said, I don't know who said it earlier, why buy the cow when you can get the milk free, right? So it's not like it's people in relationships right now, you're getting wifely duties. She's cooking for you, she's doing all these things for you, but you're never going to marry her. You understand what I'm saying?
That's not the catalyst for him not wanting to marry, though. Just because she's doing wifey duties, then
don't be with her. Why are you wasting her time? Why would
well,
you
that's what I'm saying. There's the answer to your why could be other indicators. She can be doing wifey duties and stuff, but that's not what's predisposing him to not want to marry her.
So my question
and to Humble Dad's point, that's something that we kind of tell men all the time on Kingdom Talk. Like, don't drag a woman along. You know, that's the mirror part of it, internalizing, not, you know, just dealing with women that you don't have any intentions with. We address that. We acknowledge it as an issue. I think the hard thing is just addressing the issue on the women's side and trying to hammer down on that. I mean, I think Sweeney made a good point when he exposed the amount of audiences that gather around and support and promote the foolery. But you kind of agreed to it, but you kind of took light off of it and pointed towards the church or dressing, when I think that was actually a stronger point. Even though not going to church.
It's the number one point. In all honesty, I know I didn't talk on it long enough, which I'm sure you will. I believe that's the first and foremost problem. What's going on today?
What is going to church?
Oh, going to church. Absolutely. Having fear in God. Absolutely.
I will tell you this. I've seen the mega churches and I see the sell out pews just filled. I can't really say that's the number one issue. I think it all starts in the household before you even walk out of your door to step foot in the church. And that's the reason why a lot of the guys on this panel is touching on the family unit.
I agree. Honestly, many of us didn't grow up in, married households. Many of us grew up in broken households, either single mother or single father households. Some of us foster homes, some of us on the street, some of us with our grandmothers. So many of us don't know what it means to be married. Many of us have not witnessed a full household with a mom and dad together for years when we grew up. Some of us, they divorced when we were growing up. Some of us don't even know our dads or even our moms. So we don't know what it means to be married. We don't know what it means to work through issues. We don't know what a loving relationship, a married one, means, what it looks like. So we are learning as we go. So guess what? That has also contributed to the low marriage rates. That has contributed to high divorce rates, because most of us have seen more divorces, right, than marriages. Most of us have seen more single households than married households. So how are we going to learn? No one has taught us, because personally, I believe marriage, relationships are a skill. The same way you could learn to do one thing, whether, going to the gym, whether you learn how to be a mechanic, whatever skill, learning how to swim, it's a skill. You have to learn, you have to practice. I believe relationships and marriages are the same way. So we were not taught. So if you grow up not seeing it, it's going to be very hard for you to try to create something you have not really seen. No one has given us any marriage, advice on how to go about it. So the chances are that we are going to be married are slim to none. And Slim died last night. I'm going to be honest. That's why the divorce rate is higher than the marriage rate, and it's going to keep going the same way. But I know having conversations like this may help, but I don't know. We were never taught. So we need to preach the marriage, but I believe we also need to preach. We need to find a way we can teach each other about relationship skills. I believe it's a skill. It's not just about the love. Honestly, most people think about the love than Disney fantasy and fairy tales, but relationships are bigger than love, in my opinion.